Welcome back to the Blue Chip Breakdown. I'm your host, Bull, and this is Braylon. And Bray, what are we going to be talking about today?
We're going to be talking about the top uncommitted prospects in the class 2024 and where we think they're going.
All right, so what the first one that we came up with was Jeremiah Smith, number 2 player in this class, 6'3", 200 pound wide receiver out of South Florida. What do you see with him right now? What's going on with
the
him?
Recruitment? He took a couple visits to Georgia and Florida over like the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
I heard he's trying to get up to Florida State and Miami, and I even heard he might get up to Penn State.
James Franklin. Okay, so he's gonna get on up there with Coach Franklin. So, it just kind of seems like to me, he decided to choose the Buckeyes because of Dylan, and now Dylan chose UGA.
Yeah.
So, it does seem like maybe he might be thinking about following him there. I mean, is that kind of like what you're feeling?
I
do you think he's gonna stay put?
Me personally, I think he's gonna stay put. Just because of Coach Brown Hartline. He's a great receiver coach. He has a great track record. So I feel like him seeing that, and he can come make an instant impact. So I think him seeing that, I think he'll just stick. But Georgia definitely does have a chance, though.
Yeah. So if you had to pick a school, so all right. So the options is
Ohio State,
Florida State, Miami.
Yeah.
And Georgia?
And Penn State, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then Penn State's got like outside
chance.
All right, so
NIL.
Yeah, so who are you gonna pick?
I'll say Ohio State.
Ohio State thinks gonna stay put. I'm gonna select Georgia as much as it pains me to do so. I think that's probably where he's gonna end up at. And if not Georgia, I think that he's looking at some of those in-state schools. Now, one of the things that he did also say, just like real quick, was that he's looking to see how the team's seasons play out. So Florida's probably not going to have a great season. Georgia should have a good season besides one loss. Ohio State should have a good season. Miami's probably going to have an okay season. Florida State might have a pretty good season. So, but I think that right now, a lot of the analysts are saying that Florida is in the driver's seat for as far as the team that he might flip to.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm saying all that just to say, I think he's going to end up going to Georgia. And if not Georgia, he's going to.
I hope he does go to Georgia.
Yeah, I think if not Georgia, he's going to pick one of those Florida schools. So, all right. So moving on to the next guy, Williams Inwinari. He is a 6'5", 260 pound defensive lineman. He can play anywhere on the D line. He can play tackle. He can play in. Right now, it looks like it's a battle between Oklahoma and my Tennessee Volunteers. I think he's going to make the right decision, but what do you know about this recruitment?
I think he's going to take 2 official visits to Oklahoma, Tennessee. He also...
Which one's first?
I think Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Yeah, Oklahoma.
Yeah. Usually the team that gets that last visit is usually where they go.
Yes, but he had taken a unofficial visit to Texas A&M, I want to say, a couple of weeks ago, and he really liked it. So I heard he's trying to get back up there for official visit.
He just came off of a visit to Georgia too, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Actually, I forgot about that. Yeah. He did just come on an official visit to Georgia.
I think he's actually taken 5 visits. I think Georgia was his first one.
Yeah.
It's like Georgia,
Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas A&M.
Texas A&M. I think it was another one.
There might be another one I'm forgetting, but
yeah, I don't know who the other one could be. But anyway, see what I got in here. Oh, okay, yeah. All right, so that's it. Yeah,
that's it. Yep. So if I had to make a prediction, right now I'll go Tennessee, NIL, and then just the momentum they have in recruiting right now. Coach Heupel, he's doing a great job. They had just had a great season. I think they overperformed extremely. So I think, and they're gonna have another great season this year. So I think that's really gonna help William and be able to see his decision. Yeah.
So one of the things too that he said when he was visiting Georgia is that he was looking to see how much playing time he could get. So that's a big factor to him. If that's a big factor to you, Georgia is probably pretty much scratched off of the list. Oklahoma and Tennessee are 2 schools that he can come in and have a good chance to get some serious playing time as a true freshman. So I'm on the same page with you. I think that he's going to choose Tennessee whenever it's all said and done. He's looking to make his choice, his decision after the season. So sometime around Christmas, close to the new year.
The early signing period.
Yeah. Is that okay? So that's
before
the early signing
Christmas.
period.
It's like a week before Christmas.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So early signing period. He's gonna make his decision. So hopefully he makes the right choice. You already know. Next player, he's the number 4 player in this class. Colin Simmons, 6'3", 235 pounds. He's an edge rusher. strictly an edge rusher. He's really, really versatile. He's got one of the fastest first steps that I've ever seen on film, period. And I think he's going to be a tremendous player for whatever team he chooses. And, what all have you heard, and like, what do you see him?
This is a Texas LSU battle all the way. At the On3 NIL series in Nashville, Tennessee, he was doing an interview, and he said out of his own mouth that Texas and LSU are the leaders in recruitment right now.
Okay.
So, yeah. He's going to be taking official visits to both.
Yeah. All right, so you thinking that he's going to choose LSU?
Yes, LSU.
Yeah, LSU.
They've been recruiting him since a long time. They kind of been the leader in the recruitment for a long time. So I just seen him having another good year this year, and I think him seeing that, I think he'll definitely choose LSU. Yeah,
that's interesting. I actually kind of feel like he's going to pick Texas because if you look at it, so Texas probably could use him a little bit more than LSU, and I think that LSU was overrated coming into the season. I actually really like. I actually really like them. Like, I'm kind of like a low-key fan of theirs just because they hate Bama. It seems like they hate Georgia too. So I feel like we're kind of like allies. So it kind of pains me to say all these things, but I do, I think that they're going to have a down season. And, I don't see Colin sticking out there. I think he's going to choose Texas.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. All right. So next player is David Stone. He's a 6'4", 270-pound defensive lineman, ranked as the number 6 player. All of this is off of 24/7 Sports, but he looks really versatile. I mean, he just looks like an absolute man-child. Kind of puts me in the mind of like I hate to say Warren Sapp, but that's like one of the first people that just comes to my mind. And
he also plays for IMG, so he's playing the best competition every week. So.
And he can play inside, outside. He's just an absolute man-child. He might be he's definitely one of my favorite players in this entire class. But what all do you know about him?
He's taken 3 official visits, Miami, Florida, and Oklahoma back-to-back weeks, with Oklahoma being the last. He's also trying to set up an official visit to Michigan State, which early in the process it was like he was going to commit to Michigan State, but he kind of backed off that a little bit and just kept his options open.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so where do you think he's going to end up?
I think he's going to end up at Oklahoma. He's originally from Oklahoma City, so I think proximity to home.
Yeah.
I think, with him being away from home for the last couple of years, I think he'll probably want to return. And he'll be able to get some good quality playing time early at Oklahoma. So I see him going to Oklahoma.
Man, think about if they get him and they get Williams, boy, that defensive line is going to be nasty.
Yeah, especially with them coming to the SEC, they're going to need that. So.
Yeah, they're going to need all the pass rush help that they can get. But shoot, I was about to cut. But I mean, shoot, Tennessee needs it too. Tennessee's got a pretty good amount of depth right now with pass rushers, but you can never have too many of those.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I had to choose, I'm not too privy on what he's got going on, but if you say Oklahoma, I guess I'll just ride with you on that. So next one is Micah Hudson. Yeah, this is your dude. He's ranked number 7 in the class of 2024. What is he? 6'3", or I'm sorry, he's 6'1", 190-pound wide receiver. I really liked his film a lot. Kind of like, he's that really smooth athlete. He's smooth, but he's fast, and he just doesn't necessarily look like he's going real fast. He's just a very fluid, smooth athlete.
He kind of puts you in the mind of a Jamar Chase. I think that's a great comparison for him.
Yeah. Off of some recent stuff.
Yes.
For Tennessee fans, I would say Peerless Price. Yeah. He's got a whole lot of like Peerless Price, Cedric Tillman-esque, just a really smooth receiver. Anyway, what all do you know about him?
The leaders in recruitment right now are Texas and Texas Tech. I think he's going to be getting up there for official visits both schools. Ohio State's probably definitely up there. He actually posted a day in the life YouTube video of him going on a visit there.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, they're going to definitely have a chance again with Coach Brian Hartline. They can.
You know what? On a side note, I really was not impressed with what I saw in that. I mean, just the Buckeyes.
Yeah, their facilities are not.
They're very impressive compared.
They
to
wouldn't
the
even be top 5 in the SEC. I think.
I don't think so either. It's just not, and it's crazy to me because I think that the school has like 50,000 students or something like that.
Yeah, I mean.
So you would think that they would have a lot of boosters that graduated from that school to donate more money. I don't know what it is.
I mean,
they just don't put the money into it.
I think LeBron put a lot of money into it, which I don't mean.
What do they just not know how to do it? Like, do they just not know what to do with the money? I mean, what's going on? It's crazy.
I don't know. Ohio State keeps losing to Michigan, so maybe they need to upgrade the facilities. I
think Ryan Day might be up out of there
in a couple years.
If they lose to Michigan this year, I think they might fire him on the spot. He might not make it up out the locker room.
Yeah,
for real. But so anyway, we went off way off on a tangent. But so, what do you think he's going to end up at?
Texas. Coach Sark, I feel like he's even told him. Micah. He's even said in interviews they feel like, you know, they need him. Texas needs him. And you see what Sark has done with receiver in the past, like Devontae Smith and that whole Alabama offense. So I feel like Micah Hudson will see that and be like, okay, I can be a star in that offense. And you know, I think he'll end up Texas long term and NIL and playing with Arch Manning. Yeah,
well, shoot. I mean, these top few players, it all seems like Oklahoma and Texas are in the mix somewhere with all these kids, man. So once they come to the SEC, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Those battles are gonna be crazy. All right, so the next guy that we got right here is KJ Bolden.
Boy.
Yes, sir. 6'1", 195-pound athlete out of Buford, Georgia. Yeah. Seen him play. He can definitely do it all: offense, defense, special teams. Bray, what do you tell us? Tell us what you know.
So he just came off an official visit to Clemson. June 2nd to June 4th. He's gonna be taking an official visit to Georgia, Alabama, and Ohio State. His cousin's the safety coach at Ohio State, so they'll definitely have a chance. He really likes Alabama. It's kind of a Buford pipeline. Justice Haynes, Isaiah Bond, you know, people like that. And Clemson, I think they were really offered. He was one of their first offers in the 2024 class. So I think he really likes it. And then Georgia, you know, it's like 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away. And Kirby Smart's been very hands-on this recruitment.
So do you know if he wants to play offense or if he wants to play defense?
I think he wants to play offense. I think that's
if he wants to play offense, why the hell would he try to go to Georgia?
Don't know. But
that would not make any sense at all. Why would you go to that?
Don't know.
Yeah. So, okay. So if you had to choose a school, who would you choose?
Georgia. I definitely know Georgia I think Georgia has a great chance. But, I mean, we'll see. I don't know for sure that he wants to play offense. And, I interviewed a couple. I mean, it was like a year ago. He said that they were recruiting up for receiver, but
Georgia was?
Yeah, Georgia was. So, but I think, you know, he can play with both sides of the college. He's an elite athlete, great speed. So wherever he picks is gonna get a great player.
If I had to choose a school, it really just depends on what he's thinking. And I haven't talked to him enough to, have any real insight on if he wants to play offense or defense. But if you want to play, well, you know what? I'll just cut it to you like this. Either way, if you want to play offense or defense, I would choose Alabama. Because they're gonna you're gonna shine at safety there, at corner, at nickel, anything on defense you're gonna shine, and then their offense. I mean, we've seen that they're putting wide receivers in the first round almost every year, so that would be my decision if I was him. So that's what I'm gonna pick. Yes, I'm saying he's gonna pick Alabama.
And also, quick side note, I don't know if this will make a difference, but his last official visit to Auburn, which I forgot to say. So, yeah. And then you know what too? That's pretty interesting, man. Like with Coach Freeze is really good. He's a great coach.
Yeah, he's a great coach, and he's very personable. So I mean, I could possibly see that if he makes it to that last visit, I could see him getting up there, and they pretty much don't let him leave until.
I pretty much said he said out of his own mouth he's gonna commit after that Auburn visit. He's gonna take some time to commit from the Auburn visit, but from what I know, my I kind of got a little bit inside sources because Buford, I go to Buford too. I heard Georgia's in a good spot to land him for sure.
Georgia's in a good spot. Do you know who he grew up rooting for?
Georgia, I think. Yeah, Georgia. Because no, Florida State. I
was about to say I'm pretty sure it was Florida State. So and that's kind of crazy to me, right? Like if you grow up loving a team, especially a team that's on the come up, I don't know. I just don't understand why. Maybe he went down to Tallahassee and was like, But
I definitely heard
you go to Athens. Wouldn't you feel the same way?
I definitely heard. Dang, he really hates Georgia. But I definitely heard he trying to get back up to Florida State. I definitely heard that.
Yeah. Well, shoot, maybe Florida State can get him. I think that might be probably the best overall.
We all know what the best option is. Back-to-back national champions.
I don't know. I disagree with you on that one, but we're gonna move on to another kid right here in the county. Right down the street.
Mike Matthews.
Mike Matthews. 6'1", 190 pound. He's listed as an athlete as well on some sites. Some have him as a wide receiver, which is what I think he wants to play. But
I know he'll put that at the next level.
Yeah, I mean he could definitely play either one.
Safety, yeah, he's a great athlete.
He's a tremendous athlete.
He's also a very good basketball player. I don't know if you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good basketball player.
I've seen him play ball too. So I mean, he's just an all around excellent athlete. I really like the way that he carries himself too. Parkview is one of those schools, man, that's just like throughout the history of time, I feel like they've put a few players.
Few good players, yeah.
Well, I mean, definitely that, but I feel like a few of them have been Tennessee commits. I feel like we've probably got 5 or 6 guys from Parkview. Anyway, what do you know about his whole deal?
So he just got off a visit to so he was actually at the On3 NIL event, and you know, he was talking about his recruitment. And so On3, they have like a recruiting prediction machine. So it was Clemson and it was Georgia. And so the guy asked him, was like, "Is this right?" And he kind of shook his head and he was like, "Why is Tennessee not up there?" Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's a little background. But he just took an official visit to Clemson. He's going to go on one to Georgia, USC's in there, and Tennessee. And then he's trying to set up one to Alabama, I heard. I think, yeah. He's trying to set up one to Alabama.
Yeah. So, with all that being said, what do you think he's going to decide to go?
I don't think he makes it to the Alabama visit. I think he commits right after the Tennessee visit. I mean, they've been trending up. And you see what, you know, their receivers been doing. Like Jalen Hyatt, I don't know how he was ranked coming out of high school, but you saw what you saw what he did. Bolden called winner. And I think Mike Matthews see that. Like, I'm a 5-star. I'm one of the top rated players. I'm one of the top receivers in the class. And I think he'll see that at Tennessee and be like, their offense is too explosive. I can get touches pretty much whenever I want to. I'll be able to run right past people. And then Coach Heupel is just an offensive genius. So I feel like he's definitely going to commit to Tennessee. That's probably on this list. That's the most for sure. Like, he's definitely going to Tennessee.
Well, you know what? I pretty much feel that same way. I mean, I guess to your points, man, if you play wide receiver, and really, even if you play like running back or if you play quarterback, any type of a skill position, and then on top of that, even if you play on the offensive line, tight end, it doesn't matter. Why would you, if you play offense, why would you not want to come and play for Josh Heupel? Like you said, I mean, Jalen Hyatt, people are like, oh, you know, what's Tennessee going to do? They're losing Jalen Hyatt. They're not going to be as good. And listen, Jalen Hyatt, he came in as, well, he was a 3-star. It took him some time to ever see the football field. He got better under Coach Heupel, but he wasn't our best wide receiver on the roster last year, honestly speaking. And a lot of people don't know that. If you look at Squirrel White, who also plays slot, if you look at what Squirrel White did in the Orange Bowl, he put up like 100-something yards too. So it just goes to show you, it's not so much. It wasn't so much Jalen Hyatt. It's more of what the system can do for you.
Yes.
And I think that Mike Matthews would excel tremendously in this system. I'm sure that he sees that same thing. Tennessee's got all the NIL money, everything else that you could possibly want. So to me, it's a slam dunk. No brainer. I think that he chooses Tennessee. So moving on to Dylan Stewart, 6'5", 235 pound defensive end. He looks really good. So he's from Washington, D.C. I think he's ranked number 1 on 3, right?
Yeah, he's ranked number 1 on 3.
So he's number 1 on 3. Let me look one, and he's number 10 on 24/7 Sports. I saw a little bit of what I think was his junior film. It wasn't a whole, the other film was like his sophomore film. And I mean, he looked dominant then. If what I saw was his junior film, I think he looked a little bit more dominant. He's just like a tall, long, rangy guy. He's fast. He really puts me in the mind of like Myles Garrett. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like one of those. I mean, he's listed as 6'5", but he's got to be 6'6", maybe even 6'7". He just looks so tall and so long. Anyway, he's going to be a huge pickup for whoever gets him. What do you know?
What I know right now, I think it's a Miami, South Carolina, Ohio State, Alabama, and Tennessee battle. Mm-hmm. He's going to be taking official visits throughout the whole summer. And but the leader right now, from what I know a little bit, I would say Miami and South Carolina for sure. They're probably the 2 leaders in recruitment, but not by much. I think any of those 5 schools I just listed, I think they can all for sure make a run at them and have them on their campus.
Yeah, man. Shoot. It does. It sounds like South Carolina is actually in the driver's seat on that one, which is very surprising. I'm just
Shane Beamer's been recruiting really well. I don't know if you saw they got Nicholas Harper. He was a top. He's kind of just like Dylan Stewart, top 5, top 10 guy in 2023. They got him. He's actually like crazy at track. I heard he runs like a 10.8.
I wonder what they got going on. They must have some type of a weird, some type of a crazy NIL package or something. I mean, but you know what though? That's not a bad college town. You know, it's not a bad college town, and I don't know who their 3 rivals are going to be in the new SEC schedule, but
Georgia. I know Georgia will be one. I don't know about the other ones.
Why do you think Georgia's going to be one?
Because
where'd you get that from?
This is like the biggest rivalry, and they're like right on the border and stuff.
Georgia and South Carolina is the biggest rivalry?
It's not the biggest rivalry, but it's like one like Georgia, South Carolina, like each other.
Georgia and Florida don't like each other either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Georgia's gonna be Florida, South Carolina, Auburn.
Ooh.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you.
Hey, that's a great job by whoever's making.
And then y'all just like Vandy, Kentucky, Alabama.
Hey man, and you know what? Those are our biggest rivalries. So yeah, we definitely got off easy with that one. All right, so I was just curious. I'm thinking like, why would you want to go get beat up on? Which I mean, they're probably still gonna pretty much do. Anyway, I can't wait to see South Carolina this year. We're gonna beat the brakes off of them. I can't wait. All right, so moving on. Adrian. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're not gonna get to him yet. We're gonna go to Sammy Brown. So Sammy Brown, this is another Georgia kid, 6'2", 235 pounds from Jefferson, Georgia. Plays linebacker, and he is listed as, I don't know what his ranking is. I didn't write it down, but he's like top 15.
He's 14. He's 14.
Okay, 14.
If I'm not mistaken, 14.
Okay, so he's the number 14 player according to 24/7 Sports. Don't quote us on that, but yeah, I mean, he looks pretty good on film. You know, he has phenomenal testing numbers. You know, I'm not as big or I'm not as high on him as everybody else is. And, you know, I'm not trying to take a shot at the kid. I just kind of like look at his level of competition. And I don't see that like elite linebacker burst. Like, I don't see that. I don't see that from stop to start, boom, you know.
I disagree with you.
Yeah,
I think
I feel like everybody does, and I can't wait to see him play in college to see.
I think he's gonna be a great college linebacker.
Hopefully he is. I mean, I wish him all the best. But so, what all do you know about his?
Pretty much the same with a lot of the Georgia guys. Clemson, Georgia, Tennessee, Ohio State, and Oklahoma are all getting official visits from him. Mm-hmm. He just came off one to Clemson, which I heard went great, and I heard went great. He's going to Georgia next weekend. He's been up there a lot. I mean, Jefferson's 30 minutes away from Athens, so
something like that. Yeah,
it's very close. So I know he's already been up there a lot. I know Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. I feel like they're all. I feel like they're kind of. I don't want to say out, but they all have long shots at landing him. So it's a really Clemson and Georgia battle right now. And then I've heard from a couple sources that it's probably gonna be Clemson. He's grew up a Clemson fan, so I mean, I would definitely say Clemson. I think that's where he's going.
Okay, yeah. If I had to take a guess, Clemson would be my guess too, and I think that he will actually ball out there. I just, I don't see him personally. If he went to UGA, I just don't. I don't necessarily. I don't know. I just don't see him ever starting or getting on the field there. I just don't see that being possible. He's just. I mean, listen. He just isn't. He's just not fast enough. You know what I'm saying? Like
he runs like a 10-7-10.
It was So he runs a 10-8, but football speed is different though. Like his football speed is just not. I don't know. I can't quantify it.
We got to go to a game.
Yeah.
We definitely got to go to a game.
Yeah. Maybe if I see him in person, it'll change my mind. All right, so now we're gonna get to Edric Houston.
Another Buford dog.
Yes, sir. 6'3", 255-pound defensive end out of Buford. One of the things that I noticed is that he's really good at the point of contact. I think he's going to be a really good strong side D end. I think he's going to be great stopping the run, and I think that he has that twitch and that burst off of the football that you want to be able to get to the quarterback too. He looks really, really versatile. Also, I think that he could slide inside and play some tackle too. I think that he's versatile enough where he could, go from.
Buford used him as that this year. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh yeah,
They used some.
as a tackle. Yep. So, but I feel like he could do that at the college level also.
Oh.
I don't know exactly what's going on. I feel like Tennessee was in the mix at some point. Don't know what the heck happened. I need to get up there and talk to these kids. But what do you know?
Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State. I feel like those are kind of the three leaders in the recruitment. He did take an official visit to USC a couple weeks ago.
USC in California?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I don't know if that's really a contender. He just wanted to get up there. I don't know. But I've heard that Ohio State's kind of been his dream school growing up.
Okay.
So if I had to give like a slight edge right now, I would definitely say Ohio State. But I think it's still kind of early in the process for him. I have to see how this month of official visits go, and I can really give you a clearer take. But right now, I'd probably give Ohio State the slight edge.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm gonna roll with you because I don't know too much about him at all. But one thing that I will say is USC, man, it's something about USC, especially out here in Georgia. It just like resonates very well here. You know,
I think kids want to get up to California.
Like
you saw it with Mike Matthews. I think people want to get up to California, and and then Lincoln Riley, like
LA. It's not just California. You're out in LA.
I mean, if you see Lincoln Riley, I don't think people really understand what he just did. Like he took USC, which was 5-7 the year before, to like almost playoff team.
Yeah.
In 1 year. I mean, I know you got a lot of transfers, but I mean that's college football now.
Oh yeah, no. That's huge.
So
it is huge.
I think him saying that just proves that like a level of coaching you can get when you go there. And just think, and then especially with them going over to the Big Ten too, I think that also kind of affects some kids.
Yeah, man. I think I mean USC is a sleeping giant, right? Like when you look at what they were, back in the early 2000s with Pete Carroll,
Reggie Bush.
Yeah, and then you could go all the way back to like the 70s and, all of that, So they've kind of always been one of those powerhouse schools, and it seems like it just comes like every 10, 15 years they have like a 5 to 6 year run of dominance. So I think that maybe they're getting back to it. And yeah, I mean, I guess I'm saying all that just to say I wouldn't be surprised if he decided to go out west, because one of the things that you have to think about, unless he was a really big Buckeye fan, you go up there, it's cold. It's cold most of the year. Yeah. It's not like Georgia or like Southern California where it's warm most of the year. That gets to you. You being that cold and then it's gloomy. Yeah. That, bro, I'm telling you, that will get to you. So anyway, I'm thinking if I talk to him, I'd tell him, man, look, you need to go on out to USC, man.
No,
either that or you need to do the right thing.
If any player considering Georgia on this list, they need to come to Georgia.
We have perfect weather. It's like fall year round up there.
We'll see.
Listen, Knoxville was made for football. I mean, it is fall almost year round.
Y'all had one good season the past 6 seasons, and now all of a sudden
hey.
We'll see.
We're getting back to dominance. All right, so last player that I wanted to touch on. This is for my Tennessee fans. If y'all stay to the end, appreciate y'all. I wanted to talk about Boo Carter, who set his date to say where he's going to go to June 17th. And I don't think he's taking any officials. Well, no, he's going to take one. Was it to Michigan?
I think so. I don't know anything about Boo Carter for real.
Yeah. All right. So he's got a visit set up for Michigan on June the 9th. Same thing that I just said, man. Like you go up to those places, you go up north, and this is like, even though it's going to be pretty nice right now, but for most of the year it's just gloomy and it's just gross. Yeah. So I don't think. I mean, obviously he's probably not going to go there. I think that Colorado has an outside chance. I mean, what do you know anything about it?
I know. I don't know if Boo Carter values this, but I mean he's listed as an athlete, so people. After they obviously play both sides. So maybe want to play both sides in college. And, you see Coach Plum, he's gave Travis the opportunity. He didn't give Cormani McClain the opportunity. They just got someone else in 24, Aaron Butler, that he's probably going to give him the same opportunities. So if Boo Carter values that, I definitely think Colorado has a chance. But
if he values what?
If playing both sides.
Oh, okay. Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay. You did. Okay. I meant you said that. Yeah. So yeah, that's an interesting point though. Because him being able to play on both sides of the football, I think that could kind of persuade him. But I mean, he's from Tennessee. He's from
Chattanooga. Yeah,
he's from Chattanooga.
I think Tennessee is gonna get him.
Yeah.
But if he didn't go to Tennessee, Colorado, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm gonna say he's all Vol. So he just came off of that big visit. I mean, he's been to Tennessee more than he's been to any other school because it's right down the street. Yeah. So he doesn't really need to take a real visit. I think he's just going up to Michigan just to, just to see what it's like or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But obviously him only setting up that one visit with a school that nobody really thinks that he's going to go to. Just kind of shows, he knows he's going to Tennessee. He's just ready to get the process over with. So that's it for that video. Appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks. Peace.